Does anyone have a question or comment? Yes.
Hi, I'm Kevin George. I'm a computer science teacher at the high school. Sorry, I wrote my name. And I've been teaching here for, this is my 18th year teaching here. I wanted to come up here and talk about the dedication of the teachers, many of whom are behind me. How in the past few years we've been asked to take on very difficult assignments, often mid-year, teaching subjects that we've never taught before, or haven't taught in many years. But I'm just going to run out of time and not be able to get to the point that I really want to make here. All of that is very true. But I've been speaking to a lot of teachers, recently. Most recently this weekend, I spoke to teachers from, all over the state. And, one of the teachers said, "Oh, we just got our contract settled in the nick of time this year. We almost started the year without a contract." And I said, well, in my 18 years at Glen Ridge, we've started every single time without a contract. We've started without a contract and often not settled it until March. That's about 30% of my teaching career has been spent teaching without a contract, not knowing what my benefits are going to be, not knowing what my salary is going to be, not knowing, also fighting tooth and nail, having to come to meetings, speak, have to wave banners everywhere we go, and quite frankly, being fighting tooth and nail and being told by our employers that we're not worth the average Essex County raise. And that's 30% of my teaching career I've spent under those conditions. We're a very high-performing district with extremely high-performing teachers. And this shouldn't be the case. When I told them that, literally jaws hit the ground. And I'd like to say figuratively, but it was literal. The jaws almost detached. They were shocked by it. And the fact is, it's not normal. It's an extremely unusual situation. So my main point here is not the point that everyone else is going to bring up, like this contract. It's that we have to fix the fact that this is the status quo here. That every 3 years we're told we're not good enough for an entire year. And so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you. Hi, good evening. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, good evening. My name is Lisa Petruzzi. I am the pre-K teacher now at Forest Avenue School, and I am vice president of this great union of teachers and staff behind me. I'm not here to tell you how great our staff is, because I truly do believe that you and I and everyone in this room know that. And I know that you respect us, and I know that this is a difficult position that we're both in, that we're all in. But yet we're still here. I am here to talk to you tonight about my grocery list. Last week I went to the grocery store and I'm moving my cart up and down the aisle, and I passed by the Hellman's mayonnaise, and it was $6.79 a jar. I shook my head and I kept walking because thank goodness I didn't need mayonnaise at the time. This week I went to the grocery store once again, and the same jar of mayonnaise was $6.99. Still didn't need that mayonnaise. Went down a couple more aisles, and I went to I had my kids with me, and Little Bites are really popular in my house, and I'm sure they're popular for a lot of the parents here in Glen Ridge, especially in my snack. And last week they were three boxes for $10. This week they were 3 boxes for $13. My daughter Lily was with me, and she comes running down the aisle and throws 3 bags of goldfish in the cart. And I said to her, Lily, we got those last week. We don't really need them. And she said, but Mom, they're on sale. And I said, yeah, but we really don't need them. I find myself putting things back or almost grabbing the things and asking myself, do I really need this? I live in Verona. I don't travel far, and I go to an occasional soccer game or out to dinner on the weekends sometimes, not so much anymore. And it still costs me $85 to fill my gas tank. The cost of living just keeps rising and rising, and according to the news reports, this will continue over the next several years. My tutoring jobs have now turned into necessity rather than me getting a little extra out-of-pocket money. And I know that many teachers behind me have taken on second jobs after working a full day here just to meet the rising cost of expenses. I know you're feeling it as well as all of us too. Our President Biden in August signed the Inflation Act in order to make sure that healthcare costs are affordable for all American citizens. There is a big push right now to get minimum wage up to $15 an hour in many states across the country.
You could finish up.
By 2/23. I'm standing here tonight not only as a teacher, but as a parent who feels the stress of these costs. If you value us as much as you say you do, please commit to a fair raise that reflects the times that we are living in. And next week, when we sit back at the bargaining tables and the question comes up, do they really deserve it? We hope that your answer is yes.
Thank you.
Well, my name's Chris Savio. I'm a teacher here for 20 years. I just wanted to piggyback on what Mr. George was saying. I've been here for like 7 contracts now, and not a single one of them has been settled on time. And I know I speak for many of the teachers I talk to them every day. It's something we're all confused about. We get praised for being the #1 public school in the state of New Jersey. But then contract after contract after contract, we're offered like less than county average. We just don't understand how we can provide or be the backbone of what provides such a great institution for learning. And then we get rewarded with subpar raises, right? And speaking of having 2 jobs, I have 3 jobs. I work 3 days a week, right? During the summer, during the school year, 3 teaching jobs because my paycheck is less than it was in 2014. And it's, subpar raise after subpar raise. It's really disheartening for me and for many of us, right? Just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Good evening. My name is Heather Kobylinski. I'm the Student Assistance Counselor for the district. This is my 25th year in Glen Ridge. I've experienced many significant milestones during this time. The purchase of my home in Glen Ridge, the birth of my children, watching them grow up and benefit from all that this district has to offer. I know that as parents and board members, you feel the same. We want what's best for our children, and we do what we can, often making difficult sacrifices to ensure that they have every advantage possible, specifically a top education and a respected school district. It makes us proud to boast about our rankings and notoriety. However, without well-compensated and appreciated educators and staff, it will not remain so. The decisions made now during this negotiation period, as well as those in the future, will determine our fate with excellence. While we can live anywhere, we choose to live here, and we all live here for the same reason, the reputation of this district and the pride we have in being a Ridger. The people behind me are that reason. We need to ensure the success of our district, town, and quality of life here by making sacrifices to ensure that we can hire, retain, and show respect and appreciation to the educators who make it all possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Caitlin Price, high school teacher.
And Meredith Batastini, high school French teacher.
Good evening. We're here representing the high school world language department to express our dissatisfaction and frustration with the current status of contract negotiations. With each negotiation cycle, we are all asked to do more with less time, and less financial compensation. For our department, this means less time to collaborate with fellow members about shared instructional levels or to incorporate creative, culturally diverse components. Departments can no longer offer the enrichment-based activities that we used to have in the district. We simply don't have the time in the school day, much less the time to do it well. When are we supposed to pursue, share, and put into practice innovative trends in language learning and other meaningful professional development? Is this Glen Ridge's commitment to excellence?
Showing educators that they are valued keeps teachers dynamic and vibrant in their classrooms and helps Glen Ridge maintain its reputation as a high-performing district. I'm sure that is something that we all agree on. With each negotiation cycles, the educators are always given a rationale as to why we cannot receive better compensation as other comparable districts do, or even the same as the county average. Once again, Glen Ridge educators are being given less in spite of constantly being asked to give more. It is our hope that the Board of Education recognizes the invaluable contributions we educators make in this district with a contract that reflects our continued level of commitment of excellence. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Others?
Good evening. Sort of working off of the theme here, Megan Connolly, current pre-K teacher at Central School. This is my 24th year in the district, and I can only recall one time having signed and ratified a contract prior to the end of the expiration of the previous one. And I had been so hopeful this year that it would be different and was extremely disheartened to find that once again, we are starting the school year working under an old contract. And it was particularly disheartening after teaching in person for almost all of the 2.5 years that we had a worldwide pandemic, being asked to, I'm an old dog. I had to learn some new tricks, and I did it, and I did it well, and with, with praise, and I was proud of that. But I really felt it would have been a good sign of respect for all that we did and that we continue to do for the children and families in Glen Ridge to have had a fair contract settled prior to the start of this school year. And I certainly hope we don't have to wait much longer.
Anyone else? Okay. Seeing no further comment, may I have a motion to adjourn?